The world is a business, Mr. Beale. The young woman from Breaking Points, talking to Jeffrey Sachs, talking about how 77% of polled Democrats in this country agree with the obvious. A genocide is being committed against the people of Palestine and Gaza and, by the way, the West Bank. 77% can bring themselves to agree that the sky is blue. And yet, she says, the vast majority of Democrats don't understand. They can't bring themselves to understand. They can't bring themselves to say it. Democratic leadership. And it baffles her. What is the word she used? What is the word she used? What is the word she used? What does she say?
One moment longer.
And what do you make of the American politics? There's just a poll that came out yesterday. I want to have an element for it, but I don't know if you saw it or not. But
look at her, how nice she is. Look at her fucking walls. Look at the fucking background. She lives well. She lives very well. But she can't understand it. She can't understand it.
77% of Democratic voters say this is a genocide. It's an overwhelming consensus among the Democratic base. And yet you only have a handful of Democrats who are willing to say it. The leadership of the Democratic Party, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and the like, are still very much, anything for Israel and whatever AIPAC wants us to do. And look, I don't expect these people to be moral actors, but you would think at some point there would be a political calculation, like a cynical political calculation that occurs. And it's genuinely perplexing to me.
She looked off. Watch her look off to the fucking up and to the right.
Calculation that occurs. And it's genuinely perplexing to me at this point. Calculation that occurs.
Up and to the right. 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 Perfect fucking teeth. Nice fucking makeup. Got somebody, a professional, doing the lighting. Notice there's no shadows. Look at his lighting. There's just one fucking... Look at his hair. Look at his lighting. This guy knows what the fuck's going on. He's a smart man. He's been around. He knows. He's got one source. This bitch has got an entire fucking studio, and wherever she goes, because she's got the people, she can afford the people to do it. Up and to the right. It is genuinely perplexing to me. Loyal Christian women. Listen, it's a sponsored... I don't know. Christian matches. I damn sure I'm not looking for fucking females on YouTube. And I'm damn sure I'm not looking for fucking Christian women on YouTube. What the fuck? Up and to the right. It is perplexing.
And it's genuinely perplexing to me.
It's perplexing. So before she says it's perplexing, she looks up and to the right. Why exactly is it that these fucking Democrats don't just cynically agree with people, 77% of their base, their voting base, that what's happening in Gaza is a genocide, that the sky is blue. Why is that? It's perplexing. Up and to the right. Perplexing. Up and to the right. Why does she say that? Why does she go up and to the right? I'll tell you why she goes up and to the right. Because she knows damn well the answer to that fucking question. Countries that use some version, some amount of electronic voting machines. Some. 142 countries don't use them. 35 countries use some amount of electronic voting machines. See, Coke Zero. See, that makes sense because that's what I drink when I can afford to drink it. Some. Turkey doesn't use it. Germany doesn't use it. Thailand doesn't use it. Egypt doesn't use it. Japan doesn't use it. All these countries Show you a bunch of interesting ones here. Hang on a second. Sweden doesn't use it. Greece doesn't use it. Israel doesn't use electronic voting machines. Hong Kong, Nicaragua, Denmark, Finland, Norway. Starting to see something, a picture developing here. Ireland. No fucking electronic voting machines. Feasibility studies in Bahrain. Look at all these countries. Iceland doesn't use it. Starting to notice something? A pattern? Countries that use these, this says current use of e-voting in general not applicable. What does that mean? Well, that means they use some measure of electronic voting machines. Excuse me, I'm sick as a dog. I'm sick as a dog, and I'm so fucking poor I can't even afford goddamn. I'm on my last brown cigarette, and I can't even afford a box of fucking Alka-Seltzer plus cold medicine. I'm going to explain that to you in a second. That's also my last roll of toilet paper. Went through 4 fucking rolls of toilet paper since Tuesday. I don't know why his Lexus is showing up. I'm damn sure not looking at fucking buying a car. Look at these fucking shitty countries. Countries that allow some degree, god damn it, some degree of electronic voting machines. Some degree. Some degree. It's perplexing. It's just perplexing.
Very much, anything for Israel and whatever AIPAC wants us to do. And look, I don't expect these people to be moral actors, but you would think at some point there would be a political calculation, like a cynical political calculation that occurs. And it's
up and to the right. It's perplexing.
Genuinely perplexing to me.
It's not perplexing. The vast majority of the world does not use... What the fuck is this? What is this? Well, it's good. Amazon. Electronic voting machines unconstitutional and tamperable. Yeah. Yeah. Electronic voting machines by country. The vast majority of the world does not use electronic voting machines because they understand they are fucking rigged. Oh, these countries are grayed out. Saudi Arabia is grayed out. Somalia is grayed out. China's grayed out. I think that's Laos. I don't know. Russia uses a little bit. You're like, well, Scott, if Russia does it. How up and to the right. She knows exactly why, even with 77% of the fucking voters in their fucking base saying, yes, it's obviously a genocide, they're not allowed to say anything. Why are they not allowed to say anything? Because electronic voting machines are unconstitutional and tamperable. They were designed to steal elections. And you're like, well, Scott, you're in the minority with that. Am I really? This is from the Carnegie Endowment for Democracy. Kremlin looks to Moscow to switch to universal electronic voting. By using electronic voting to rig elections on an unprecedented scale, Kremlin officials risk creating a virtual political system that could be deeply unstable in times of turbulence. 2024. The Carnegie folks will tell you you're a fucking tinfoil hat wearer if you say, we use electronic voting machines in this country to rig elections. Yet, as soon as they try one fucking election in Moscow for a mayoral race, oh my God, they're using them to rig the elections.
There would be a political calculation, like a cynical political calculation that occurs. And it's genuinely perplexing to me.
Is it genuinely perplexing to her? No. No. Because as soon as she says electronic voting machines make it so that they don't give a shit about what we think anymore, all of that, all of her professional hair and makeup, her crew is gone, her lighting crew is gone, her fucking sound techies are gone, her personal assistant's gone, the house is gone, the car is gone, and she ends up looking like this, so sick because she can't afford a box of goddamn Alka-Seltzer plus cold medicine. We live in a post-truth world. And so since we live in a post-truth world and I've made a fucking career, 20 years of telling you the truth, I'll do it one more fucking time. Because why the fuck not? What am I losing? Nothing. I'll tell you something. Anybody getting ready to do this or thinking about doing this or starting off doing this, I'll tell you right now, just pick a side, red or blue, it doesn't matter, they're both the same. Pick a side and be a cheerleader for that side like Cal Kalinske. The Dems are always right, the Republicans are always evil. Dems good, Republicans evil. Dems good, Republicans evil. Do that. Do that, and then when it comes time and somebody offers you a chance to fucking sell out, there you go. Here's the article from Wired Magazine. Initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online offers influencers $8,000 a month to push the party line. All they got to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content. You can't cover certain things. I'm baffled. I'm perplexed up and to the right. I'm perplexed up and to the right. Don't talk about electronic voting machines. Don't talk about American Gladio. And for the longest time, don't talk about Palestine. You will be excommunicated. You will be out on the fucking street. $8,000 a month to push the party line and to not talk about the things that they tell you to not talk about. And you'll be fine. So, if you're thinking about doing this shit for a living, that's my recommendation to you. That's my recommendation. We live since 9/11, we live in a post-truth world. For God's sake, don't talk about 9/11. Don't talk about that. But I'll tell you, one last time. I'll tell you, since we live in a post-truth world and I'm already fucked, I didn't even turn this thing on. It doesn't matter. Listen, I'm sick. I've been sick for 3 fucking days now. And it ain't getting no better. So I'm just in a mood. I'll tell you. That's why you can't hear me, because I can't fucking speak louder than this. When you have COPD and a common cold can make you kind of miserable. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the truth. I saw in that very same fucking thing, they were like, oh my God, what? No, it was CJ Whirlman, whatever his fucking name is. He's pretty good. He was showing a thing about how the Arab states are not fucking standing with Palestine. They pretend to be. Jeffrey Sachs tells you on August the 27th in that video that 2 different organizations of Arab states and Muslim states voted just recently, last week, to make powerful statements on behalf of fucking the Palestinian people. And what do? Nothing. Nothing. Do they even really fucking cut ties with Israel? No. Has Jordan? No. Has Egypt? No. Has Lebanon? No. Have they pulled their fucking ambassadors? Have they, if they had ambassadors? No. I want to show you something. This is something. There you go. Don't tell me, They know. The people that run the fucking world know what electronic voting machines are about. Flawed. Wait, what does it say? Symbolizing the Jewish talent, prayer shawl, and Jewish unity. Originally designed for the Zionist movement of the 19th century. There you go. It, by the way, doesn't represent the prayer shawl and Jewish unity. But it was originally designed for the Zionist movement in the late 19th century. What does the Israeli flag symbolize? The Jewish Star of David between the two fucking borders. One on the north, the Euphrates. No, yes, the Euphrates. And one on the south, the Nile. What does that mean? Do I have a fucking sign? Do I have a symbol? Do I have a fucking image? What does that mean? Sorry, I should have pulled this up beforehand. Uh-oh, he's into his pictures. What embarrassment could show up? Probably nothing. There it is. There we go. That's what the two blue lines mean. It's got nothing with the talent. Means nothing about the talent and Jewish unity. It means from the river to the river, everything belongs to the Jews. That's called Greater Israel. And that's why even fucking Google's AI tells you, yes, it was created by the Zionist movement in the mid to late 1800s. From the river, the Euphrates, to the river, the Nile. Everything belongs to the Jews. That's what their fucking flag symbolizes. Their fucking flag. Just so you know. People wonder. I'm going to tell you the truth. Here's the truth. People can't understand how the Democratic Party doesn't give a shit about what their voter base thinks about. Because we live in a world with electronic voting machines, so they don't have to. They're going to be allowed to win, made to win, coded to win, as long as they do the right thing and they support the right things and they say the right things. If you don't, you're out. Okay? So that's the first thing. Here's the second thing, and this is the bigger one. Why is it that the Arab world isn't helping Palestine? Even though there are some that actually are taking sides and helping Israel while voting in these blocks to support the Palestinians. They're helping Israel because they want this to be over as soon as possible, because it's causing duress in their own populations. This is a fact. Why aren't they standing with Palestine? Because the world, Mr. Beale, is a business. About a week and a half ago, Norman Finkelstein was giving an interview, who is, by the way, Jewish, and they're going to call me an anti-Semite for saying this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Because it's already cost me all this shit. It's already earned me all this fucking shit. Might as well. I'll tell you the truth. Norman Finkelstein was asked about a week ago or so, and he responded to a question quite succinctly. He said after World War II and after what had happened, Jewish people got together, some high-level Jewish people got together, and they said, you know what, we're not going to be in a situation like this where we're weak again. So they came up with a plan of global domination, and they've been successful. Did they do it through Israel, making Israel the most powerful nation on the planet? No, of course they couldn't do that. That's a sliver of somebody else's country. They did it through usury. They did it through global finance. They did it through the world of business. They did it through banking, through central banking. Private banks making up the West central bank system, the Bank for International Settlements, where private banks make up your fucking system, your bank, your central bank. And when the country needs money, the private banks fabricate it out of thin air and then loan it to the country, you, at interest. Usury. Why do Jewish people and banking people and finance people like that hate the Muslim world so much? Do you know what Sharia law says about usury? About charging interest on loans? You should look that up. It's very, very revealing when you think about it. What's the first thing we did to Iraq? What's the first thing we did to Iraq? After saying they have no more police people, they're all fired, and the military is all fired, what's the very first fucking law they did? They took their state-owned and state-operated central bank system and turned it into one like we have. Saddam Hussein was a big supporter of the Palestinian people. Did you know that? We got rid of Saddam Hussein on behalf of another country. Norman Finkelstein made it clear that, in fact, Jewish elites decided they weren't going to be in a situation where they could be rounded up and forced into slave labor ever again. And so they chose a certain path to do that, to achieve that. And as Norman Finkelstein pointed out, rightly, they were successful. They were successful, and that's what answers the questions. Those two things right there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, are the things you cannot say, but are the fucking truth. Electronic voting machines rig elections. I know it, you know it, that chick fucking knows it, up and to the right. I'm perplexed. But she knows it. She just can't say it. Because as soon as she says it, this is what she gets. And by the same token, Norman Finkelstein, Jewish, can say what he said. We just can't. We can't. Because then we're anti-Semitic. The reason these other fucking countries don't do, these other Muslim countries don't do what they should do, is because the world is a fucking business. And I'm going to leave you with a video of a guy explaining that shit to you from 1976. 49 fucking years, 49 years ago. 49 years ago. He told you. 49 years ago. Eisenhower told you. A year, 2 months. 2 months before Bay of Pigs. About the fucking military-industrial complex. And now the military-industrial complex is telling fucking Donald Trump to go wage war on fucking Venezuela. Truth tellers. Alex Jones. Kyle Kalinske. They live well. Alex Jones is telling his people right now, yeah, he's a libertarian, he's opposed to fucking intervention, but he just said to his fucking followers, they should shoot some cruise missiles into the communist areas of Venezuela so they can have free and fair elections and regime change that country. So the globalists can get in there and chop it up and steal it. The mergers and acquisitions guys can go in there and fucking chop it up and steal it for big business. And who are we talking about? We're talking about big business and big finance. Alex Jones just did that 2 days ago, 3 days ago. The world, Mr. Beale, is a business. And we were told that a long time ago. And with this, I'll leave.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I won't have it. Is that clear? You think you merely stopped a business deal? That is not the case. The Arabs have taken billions of dollars out of this country, and now they must put it back. It is ebb and flow, tidal gravity. It is ecological balance. You are an old man who thinks in terms of nations and peoples. There are no nations. There are no peoples. There are no Russians. There are no Arabs. There are no third worlds. There is no West. There is only one holistic system of systems. One vast and immane, interwoven, interacting, multivariate, multinational dominion of dollars. Petrodollars, electrodollars, multi-dollars, Reichmarks, rins, rubles, pounds, and shekels. It is the international system of currency which determines the totality of life on this planet. That is the natural order of things today. That is the atomic and subatomic and galactic structure of things today. And you have meddled with the primal forces of nature. And you will atone. Am I getting through to you, Mr. Beale? You get up on your little 21-inch screen and howl about America and democracy. There is no America. There is no democracy. There is only IBM and ITT and AT&T and DuPont, Dow, Union Carbide, and Exxon. Those are the nations of the world today. What do you think the Russians talk about in their councils of state? Karl Marx? They get out their linear programming charts, statistical decision theories, Minimax solutions, and compute the price-cost probabilities of their transactions and investments, just like we do. We no longer live in a world of nations and ideologies, Mr. Beale. The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable bylaws of business. The world is a business, Mr. Beale.
It has been since man crawled out of the slime.